the Pipeline Authority is a Commonwealth Government authority set up by an Act of Parliament in 1973. I'm the regional manager of the authority, representing the operations group here in Young.
The pipeline has been operational for 2 years. How have the 2 years gone?
Very, very well. To date, we have transported some 750,000 tonnes of energy safely and silently to Sydney without any problems at all.
Why was Young chosen to be the place for the control centre?
I believe that the township of Young, with the infrastructure that it has and the location of it in relationship to the pipeline, was the choice to allow ease of maintenance and ease of monitoring of the whole system.
What sort of control do you have on the pipeline?
Well, with the aid of the computer, we have the capacity to look down the whole length of the pipeline every 30 seconds and look whether we've had an entry into our compounds, whether various items of equipment are working correctly. And every minute we have the capacity to take the pressure of the pipeline at various points along the line and to take the pipe wall temperature. And also with the computer we have the capacity to remotely close any valve along the whole section of the pipeline on which we have telemetry.
What's your greatest worry looking after such a long length of pipeline?
Our greatest concern with the pipeline is third-party interference. That is the bulldozer or the piece of equipment that is working on our easement or near our pipeline and unaware that the pipeline is close by.
How do you go about ensuring that that doesn't happen, that the third party doesn't interfere?
Right, we have very regular surveillance flights using both the helicopter and fixed-wing aircraft to ensure that we are aware of any activity on the pipeline that may affect the safety of the pipe.
When the pipeline was installed, how did that affect the environment when you put it all back together? What sort of controls do you have over that?
Right, well, under the Coffey report, which was the environmental report on the whole project, we are bound by very strict guidelines to restore the countryside to its original condition. To this end, Harry Butler visits us quite regularly to ensure that the work that we're doing towards this is in fact being done properly.
Coming to Young, has that meant some employment opportunities for people living in Young?
Certainly. We have a workforce of some 53 people in the operations branch of the Pipeline Authority, and 40 of which are employed in Young, and 13 in another maintenance base in Cobar. So to that extent it has brought some employment into Young. Naturally, not all the skills necessary to maintain a pipeline of this size were available in the country, but where possible we've employed local people.
What about school leavers? Any chances for them?
We have instigated an apprenticeship scheme plus a technician in training scheme, and this has given opportunities to local boys in Young and in Cobar. The life of the pipeline itself is indefinite. It is protected from corroding by a very complex cathodic protection system where we impart a small charge to the line and by this process prevent it from corroding. So in those terms the pipeline itself has an indefinite life.
There have been talks recently about extending the pipeline to Cootamundra and to Wagga. What's the present situation as you know it?
Well, I am aware that there is an agreement between the AGL, the Wagga Council and the Cootamundra Council to the extent that a submission has been made to the Minister for National Development, Mr. Kevin Newman, and I believe at this time this is where the matter rests.